Welcome to the first in a series of videos on learning to program in Delphi, which have been created to accompany the textbook Programming Effectively in Delphi for AS A-Level Computer Science. This book is due to be published at the end of August 2021 and is currently available in early access PDF form from Educational Computing Services Limited. That's www.educational-computing.co.uk. We'll start with the simplest of programs, which will write a message to the screen and then end. To do that, we're going to create a console application, which is File, New, Console Application. The template try, except, end automatically appears. We're not going to use it, so the first thing we do is delete it. The next thing that I've done is to format in the house style that I prefer, although it's not the Embarcadero house style. So we start with a write line statement, and we enter our message, the traditional hello world, which we want the program to output to the console window, and then we're going to add a read line which will prevent the console window from closing until we press the enter key. Now we've got two options for running. We can run without debugging, or we can run so that we can debug the program. I'm going to choose the latter. We get a console window and we get the simple message hello world printed out on the console window, and the cursor is now flashing because it's waiting for keyboard entry, and when I press enter, the console window closes. Now we want to add a little bit of sophistication to this program by prompting the user with a write statement to enter a name. The prompt string is going to be input a name, and then we need to read the value of the name entered at the keyboard into a variable. We're going to use readLine to collect the value. We're going to store it in a variable that we will give the identifier name to. We need to declare this variable because Pascal is a strongly typed language which requires every variable to be pre-declared. So we use the var keyword, and then we use the identifier name for our variable, and we specify its data type string. So let's just check that everything is okay so far. And we still get the hello world message because we haven't altered that statement yet. So the next thing to do is to alter that statement so that we can join the literal string hello to the value stored in name. The way we join the two together is called concatenation, and we're going to use the concatenation operator plus run, enter Fred, and now we get the message hello Fred on the console screen. And that's our first program. We're going to save it now so we can return to it, but in saving it we will actually change the name of the program to my first. So we need a folder in which to save the project, so we create folder my first, and then we give the project a name, my first, and when we save this you'll notice that the name used in the program now changed to, but it's now my first. We'll run it again just to make sure everything's okay. Enter the value Fred, and we get the simple message, "Hello Fred." That's it, our first program. The nice thing about Delphi, having taught other languages, is how simple it is to create the very first program. No excess baggage, nothing to explain, nothing to say. Ignore this for the moment, I will explain this later on. It's just simply program, and then it's like a story, begin, end, and then we write a line to the screen, and then we read something from the keyboard. Very, very simple. Next up is Lesson 2, writing my first object-oriented Delphi program. Although this might seem as though we're getting a little ahead of ourselves, I just wanted to show you how easy it is to create an object-oriented program in Delphi. Later lessons will delve into greater depth into object-oriented programming. After Lesson 2, we'll resume some basic lessons related to structured programming. Hope you've enjoyed this first video. Thanks for listening.